COVID and the lockdowns and the talking, we just stopped doing it and sharing. But also, sorry, talking about me again. A lot of the reason I didn't get involved in support groups years ago was there was a lot of negativity, and I didn't want to be in a negative group. I want to do positivity. So I would rather do a craft group or something because there's more positivity, which is why I never got involved with support groups because the energy was too negative and I didn't want to talk about how bad it is. Our lives are crap at times, excuse the language, but they're crap at times. But I don't want to talk about, I want to talk about positive things. I want to talk about how we can make things better for ourselves. So, yeah, it's not been good.
I absolutely.
I just want to reflect what you've said. So building these days where we've got lots of joy and lightness, and I want to bring in the word compassion as well because I like that word. It's nice. So if we're creating these creative, compassionate, joyful days that people are invited to, and yes, that's respite, but just sort of put the respite is sort of the empty tomb bit, isn't it? If we create this compassion and joy and light and invite people into that, then that's a nurturing environment, and that then builds our energy up to maybe have those difficult conversations, but have it in that compassionate, joyful, nurturing sort of way. And if we invite people into that, this is my hope, if we invite people into that and we talk about compassion and we have all of that in the room, maybe people can feel some self-compassion too. Because that's this bit. And I know we have well-being workshops and things like that, but it's really difficult if you're giving away all of your love all the time. Sometimes your muscle to receive has withered.
I think, yeah, I totally agree, Ruth. I think also it's acknowledging the difficult bits and that the days are difficult. So we acknowledge it, but we still work to the positive stuff. Because some people say, oh, I need to talk. Yeah, there's a place for getting all of that. I think, we need to, it's the difficulty when we're giving is the getting back and the half full glass and the half empty glass and bring it back up. I mean, I used to describe it years ago as it's a bit like the oil in the car. If you don't keep it topped up, the car's not going to work. And I just feel that's what it is for me. If the oil's not been topped up, we also need to look at why the oil's gone right down. So it's, sorry, I just talk in pictures like that. But I think you're right. It's about being able to leave that, you open enough to be able to accept all that love back again, if it's there, because it's not always there. But yeah, sorry, that's got a bit depressing, isn't it?
I think it sounds like a really good analogy to make sure that you've got enough oil in your car to keep it working properly, and that's really important. And the way to get that oil in is to focus on the things that bring us joy.
Yeah.
But being able to get them as well, because that's the difficult part. And it all comes back to emotional cost of living as much as financial cost of living.
Yeah.
Because that's what we're being deprived of. It's the emotional cost of living for us as carers.
And one of the other drops to put in there is the element of risk. Now, I organised a Christmas trip, and it was to the lights in National Trust garden, beautiful, fabulous, but it was quite expensive. And there was a family that wanted to come. And so we sorted that out for them. And then at the last minute, they couldn't come because their child had another fit and things happened. Now, and they weren't able to come. I filled their place. It was fine. It was absolutely fine. But they could never have bought those tickets for themselves because of the uncertainty of being a carer.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things that we've got to understand with carers, is that at the very last minute, sometimes our plans go completely awry. And if we've got a certain amount of money or a certain amount of resources, just enough, we can't make that plan because we might be let down at the last minute. We for some reason, we might not be able to attend. And then all of that money, all of that investment is wasted. So you end up not planning.
Yeah, totally. You just took the words out of my mouth, because it's not always about, like with that trip, you filled the places. It's not always about the money. It's, for me, it's about, there's a lot of things I'd love to do. To go and see Satellite Live down at Wyeside, which is only down the road, it's not a problem. But because of the way Alfie is, he's very clingy. So even though I stopped taking him to theatre and stuff years ago, because we went to see Othello at Wyeside. It was Satellite Live. It was brilliant. He fell asleep and snored, and I'm like, I'm never taking you again.
Yeah.
I've never forgiven him for that. No. But it means I'm depriving. I know exactly what I'm doing. I'm depriving myself of the things that I enjoy.
Yeah.
Because I'm preempting the fact that he will kick off if I don't take him. He's not interested in any of those things anymore, but he's just got to be holding my hand all the time. So, and then I don't enjoy it because I'm not free to just be me and enjoy it.
Yeah.
Sorry, sound really pathetic, don't I?
Yeah, you're not Kim at Othello. You're the carer at Othello, and so.
Do you know something? If you could, I'm in the same parallel universe as you, but it's just I do exactly the same.